MIAB here, back with another video, back with UFC 311, excited, finally got UFC back. I mean, we had UFC last weekend, but it wasn't nothing compared to what this weekend's about to be. I want to get straight into the predictions. You already know what we do here. Hit that like, subscribe button. It's MIAB Reacts, and we back with another one. So I want to get straight into it, because I don't want to be wasting anybody's time. We ain't here to waste my time. Matter of fact, hit that like button. Hit that like button, because if you don't hit that like button, I'm assuming you don't like being here. You know, the views go up, the statistics, they change. But what is all of that if y'all ain't hit the like and comment button? I'm going to keep it real. So I'm going to give you just a moment of, silence for the like and the comment. Alright, now that we're back, let's get it. Let's get straight into it, bro. Got a bunch of breakdown to do. Let me move this mic over though, because that shit's tripping. We're getting straight into, I don't know my music loud in this bitch. Let me load this shit real quick. My bad, y'all. I had to turn the music down. I was jamming before I got on here with y'all. Let me see what we got here. Alright, jumping straight into it. We got Kevin Holland and the Ritter. You already know. What kind of fight this is going to be. I wanted to say that this is a good fight for the first start of the main card, and this is a kind of a fight that I wouldn't have expected, so it is dope to see. But I want to say that Kevin Holland versus the Ritter is going to be a simple fight. It's going to be a good fight, and if you know Ritter, you know he's going to go straight to the ground if he can, and at some point, and he's going to try to keep it there. I want to say that because, I mean, he has more submissions than anything, so he's going to try to take it there, and he knows Holland's ground game probably isn't the best, so I feel like, well, why not? My opinion, again, we're here on my opinion. I don't give a fuck about your opinion. I'm here to talk about what I think that who they're going to win and who, and you know what, fuck you. That's it. Fuck you. I'm going to tell you straight up, it's going to go like this. A lot of strikes are going to be thrown. A lot of them are going to be thrown by Kevin Holland. The Ritter's going to take as many punches as he can take until he has to go for the takedown. And once he goes for the takedown, he's going to eventually he's going to get the submission on Kevin. I think the fight isn't going to go like that. I think Kevin Holland is going to pull it through. He's going to have great takedown defense. He's just got to stay off the ground, punch it through all the way to the 3. And then he's going to pull it through with a decision. I think that's as simple as it could be. Because he's a winner against a lot of very good wrestlers. I mean, he just fought Michael Venom Page. Didn't even have to go on the ground. He just fought Wonder Boy. Didn't even have to go on the ground, really. But I feel like now, and I feel like he's been practicing for that. So now he has no choice but to get ready for the ground. So now he's going to be ready for that. This is what I'm hoping again. I'm just going based off all the videos I've seen. I watch sparring videos and all the things that these people are up to. It's literally what I do all day. So trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I think the Ritter's going to go in there and just try to keep it on the ground. If he can do that, he might be able to pull off the win and tire Kevin out enough to get the submission. Again, it's either going to go Kevin Holland decision, he's going to beat him all the way there, or he's going to get the Ritter submission. That's the only ways I can see it going. I mean, I wanted to keep these simple short, so I won't have to do a 30-minute video about some breakdowns. And I'm also only doing the main card, even though the prelims are super good. Make sure you check out the prelims. I mean, I couldn't make down this card any better to you. I mean, last week there was a good card. Mackenzie Dern. I'm not even gonna lie, I don't even know the other girl's name. I should, but I don't watch women's MMA really. I stick to, I just want to know who's pound for pound in the men's weight classes. That's just what I pay attention to. It's just what I'm interested in. I don't know what it is. Watching women fight, it was good watching Amanda Nunes, like watching Domination, and now watching Kayla Harrison. But again, we gotta wait till they get there to see who they're gonna be fighting when those times come. Other than that, I really just stick to the men in this shit because I just want to know pound for pound who's the best and then who's competing for the best, and that's just what I want to see. And then there's been a lot of good fights lately. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, honestly, the Alex Valentina and the Grasso last fight, that's what really killed it for me. It just made me want to stop watching them. But maybe I'll get back into it. Who knows again? But I'm not gonna keep feeding into those when I don't even care that much to watch with the women fight. And there's nothing against the women. Again, I'm just like, if I was a woman, I would care who was pound for pound, but I'm not. Well, man, I want to know who's pound for pound in the fucking world in UFC MMA. That's all. That's why. That's the reason I watch it. But anyways, going on to Benil Darush Benil Darush and Money Moicano, Renato Moicano. He just wants the money. He wants the stakes. I mean, we already know what's going on here. Let's be serious. Just gonna make sure the records are on the camera. My bad. I had to write the stuff down. I'm not gonna be explaining all this stuff all the time, but since it's the beginning, and if you're new to my videos, I'm explaining. I write some of this stuff down because I don't want to come in here just speaking off the top sometimes because my brain be everywhere. But I want to come in here sometimes and have the right topics and know exactly what I'm talking about when I'm talking, because I do know what I'm talking about, but sometimes when I'm speaking fast or in a bunch, I get them out in the wrong way. So I hope you understand. I take the moment just to read what I wrote, just to make sure that we can all be on the same page. But I got Benel Dariush, I hope that's how I'm saying it, and Money Moicano. Again, this is another fight that's going straight to the ground. I know Money Moicano is going to throw a bunch of brutal shots, just like Saint Denis when he was fighting him. I mean, it came to a point he got cut and he couldn't even handle the punches anymore. I think once Darush realizes he can't take them, he'll just go straight for the takedown. And even though they're both good on the ground, it's not going to really matter because Money Moicano has way more options to pull off a finish by submission. And that's just my opinion. I mean, his last few fights have been great to watch, I can't lie. And ever since he grabbed the mic and he took the show, I've been paying attention. I had to go back. Every time, I'm a person that once I like the fighter, I go back and watch all their fights. I might not fuck with them during their time, or I may not fuck with them when everybody else did, but when I see them, I'll go back and I'll relive their moments in my own way. I don't gotta be on the same type of time as everybody else. When I get there, I get there, and if I get there at the right time, then so be it. I'll be happy to be there. That's just how I feel like the time goes. With Money Moicano, I feel like I came across him at like the right time. It was literally the fight before he took the mic, and then I was hoping he won the next fight, and then he ended up winning the next fight, and he ended up getting the mic, and he just took over, and it ended up being the funniest shit ever. He just wanted stakes. He wanted to have more children. His dad was 85 or 65 having kids. Just a bunch of crazy shit that it was just funny, and it was funny to watch. But I think Money Moicano is going to get it to the ground if Dario, can't even say their names right. If Benil Dariush doesn't, Moicano will just take it to the ground. I think he's going to pull off a submission again. I don't think Money Moicano is going in here to try to get the decisions, and I know that he wants to get that top 5 fight. That's what literally what I wrote down here. Is that I hope Money Moicano can actually pull off this, so the UFC can finally give him a fight he deserves. Give him closer to the title, because they pushed the UFC pushed Saint Denis, but that didn't work out, and then they got Money Moicano fighting one by one up the rank. It doesn't even make any sense. Why not just take the hype? And even so, what? Like, at least get them up the ladder, bro. Like, you got them fighting people. But that's why I feel like Benil Dariush is going to be a good fight, because he's 9, he's 10. So he's going to be moving this guy out the rankings while moving him up into the top 10. So I'm going to let this one slide. But that's what I'm hoping after this fight. Money Moicano could get like a top 5 contender. Maybe fight somebody in the top 5. And then just prove that he's better than what everybody else thinks. Or prove whatever the rankings think. And then, maybe he could get his respect. That's what I'm hoping. If he doesn't win, he's going right back down the line. And you already know what happens when you go back down that line. It'll be a whole long-ass way back up. That's why Chris Curtis this weekend... Excuse me, this is my coffee. This is my morning coffee. That's why Chris Curtis was so upset when he took that loss. Because the referee called the fight, and I think that was Chris Curtis' last fight on his contract, and now he's fucked. What did he do? He lost like his last 3 fights? I don't even know, honestly. Let's look it up. Got a no con. Yep. Yeah. See. And Chris Curtis losing to Gaslam is wild. Anyways, yeah, I don't think. That's what I'm saying. Like these contracts are important because they're coming out here to fight. They're coming out here to actually get there. So that's what I'm saying. UFC playing with Moicano's contract like that, and they're also playing with his ranking like that, knowing that he could possibly be up there, and knowing that they're pushing other fighters that are way just because they have little streaks, they get them in the UFC and then they put them in the rankings and try to build them a name. Like we know what y'all doing, and we see it. They just let them build stats and then they throw them in. They get them 2 fights in the UFC and then they try to get them to the belt fast as hell. I don't know if I fuck with that. Y'all let me know if y'all fuck with that. Getting all the UFC311 notifications to my phone because I just literally keep up with nothing but fighting. Boxing. Let a bunch of boxing fights come up, but I don't even get into a boxing channel because I already watch Biz. Showbiz, so I don't really gotta watch any. I mean, I wouldn't even have to make my own because it would just be like his. What we got up from that fight? We got this fight right here. This is what we got: Jamal Hill versus Yuri Prohaska. I think this is gonna be a great fight. Honestly, this is a fight I've been waiting to see. I mean, I've been waiting to see this since they were both about to fight over the belt. When they were making videos of each other in the snow and they wanted to kiss each other. I mean, when they wanted to meet each other and meet each other in the cage and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know what was going on, but they didn't even end up fighting because one of them tried to say that one of them wasn't even important anymore, which was dumb. Wraps around and they end up having a fight anyway, so it's just stupid. This is how the UFC be going. But I've done a lot of looking into the numbers in the past fights to see like what the statistics, because again, Yuri has 30-5, and then we got Jamal with 12-2, and it's like what the fuck, like a big ass difference compared to them. But I tried to go out to like the actual statistics, and I went and watched some of their fights, and what I got from it is simply that Jamal has very good striking defense and also has his takedown defense. He's smooth, but Yuri does the exact same thing. The only difference things that separate them as fighters is how many punches they absorb in a fight and how many punches they throw in a fight. So, with Yuri's style, I'm assuming that this is just gonna be like a sparring session for Jamal. He opens himself up to way too many punches, and basically Jamal's accuracy is crazy. So he's gonna be able to land so many more punches than Yuri's gonna be able to handle. I think he's gonna end up beating Yuri to a pulp, and he's gonna do it all the way to 3 or 5 rounds, however long this fight is. Should be 5, but probably 3, and he's gonna take it to a decision. The only reason why I say that is because we know Jamal's probably not gonna go for a takedown. He's not gonna go trying to clinch up and doing all this stupid shit. He might throw elbows and get him in the across the cage and stuff, but he's not gonna be doing the. But Yuri will, and if Yuri does all that, he's probably just gonna open himself up to more punches and shit like that. Because again, even though Jamal doesn't go to the ground, he's very technical on the ground. I think that if Yuri needs a big shot, which is likely not gonna happen. Especially after the whole Alex Pierre thing, I think Jamal will be a lot more prepared and more ready to be dodging punches like that to avoid going out the way he did last time. But Jamal will win by decision and leave Yuri beat up. That's what I think. Again, comment and let me know if that's what you think, or comment and let me know how you think it will go the other way. It's just my opinion. Now we got MIAB Desvalavili and Umar Nurmagomedov. Let me keep the records right here. Alright, so what I did for this fight is very hard because I feel like of course I want to say this fight is even, but it's hard to say like MIAB's 18-4 is different than Umar's 18-0. I feel like they're two separate skill level opponents to each other, and everybody knows that. Like, you can look like a high level talent when you're versing people that aren't top 10, and all of Merab's past fights have been top 10, and all of his top fights have not been top 10. All I'm saying is that I don't think it's looking good for Umar. And I mean, I'm not gonna take away from the fact that Umar's a great fighter all around. I mean, he can strike, he can wrestle, he can strike from the ground, he can strike in the clinch. He's like a little monkey, I'm not gonna lie. But I think that just based off skill, Merab is gonna beat him because Merab can do all those things too. And even if Merab doesn't use them all the time, like striking and stuff like that, and timing and all that shit like that, he does have those things. It's just skill for skill. He's been going against the top 10 his last 7 fights, and he has no choice but to switch up every time. But he will do what it takes to beat Umar, I think. I wrote 2 different things here, that's why, so I don't know. I don't know what it is, but something tells me that Umar isn't ready yet. But then again, I could be wrong. Of course, this fight is going to a decision, and it's gonna be a boring fight. We already know it's gonna be a boring fight. And to be honest, I think Merab has what it takes to pull it through with the win, just based off skill. He is the machine for a reason. Umar is Khabib's cousin. He is Islam's cousin, and whatever relations, whatever else they have. But I don't think none of that stuff will help him get past Merab. It's just, again, I think it's just about what you're thinking when you're in the cage. And I feel like no matter what, Khabib could be on the corner all he wants, but that's not going to help him. Like I had said in my other video, Khabib's coaching isn't going to help the fact that if one of them gets put in a hold that they can't stop, they're going to be fucked. And that's it. Or one of them gets knocked out, they're going to be fucked, and that's it. But if he could beat Merab, I think Umar will go on to be the best Nurmagomedov in the family. If he beats Merab, he'll probably beat the rest of everybody else too. If he loses to Merab, he'll stay in a point of his career where he'll literally just only be able to beat a certain group of people. And we'll see Saturday. But my opinion, I think Merab's gonna be an easy fight for Merab. And I think based on strength, like who's stronger than who, it's going to be a test of will and strength, literally, and see which one of them gets tired first. And I don't think the machine's going to get tired, but then again, he's young and hungry. It's going to be a good fight. I got Merab, though. Decision. Long fight, all the way to the 5th round. I don't think either one of them is going to quit. To the main event. This fight is something I wanted to say. This will be easy to break down, but to keep this simple as I can put it, for the same reason as Merab will beat Umar, it is the skill level of where they are. I think Islam is just steps ahead of Arman, and as much as I want Arman to win, Arman isn't bringing anything new that Islam hasn't seen in the last 5 years already. But Arman would literally need like pure luck to beat Islam. I think if not, Islam is literally one of the best fighters out of Dagestan. Not even just because of who he is or who is his family. No, because of his skill inside the cage and his willingness. Sometimes he'll be losing and he'll come back and win because of the pure skill. Not to glaze, but IQ wise, I also feel like Arman isn't ready just based off previous opponents for Islam, and that right there just says it all. Just like this fight, just like Merab and Umar, I truly feel like Islam's gonna do the same thing to Arman, and I feel like low key Islam knows that. But we're gonna have to see which one of them is willing to go in there and prove that. And I feel like Arman is not willing to go in there and fight for what Islam's fighting for. And that's the thing that will always separate them. And they might be good skill level, and they might even be similar, but will and IQ has everything to do with this fighting game. Again, a little bit of luck in the middle, but I think Islam will take this too. And this is my pure prediction. And obviously I would want Arman to win, but I think Islam is just too good. There's no way he's going to be able to stop him. And I think he's going to control him all the way to the end, I think. And if not, it's going to go the other way, and Arman's going to control him to the end. It's either going to be a decision or a submission, and if it does, it's going to be in the 4th or 5th round. Simple. Well, that's it for this breakdown. I have 2 videos dropping today. It's going to be this one and another one. Make sure you like this one. Check out the second one. The other one will have a little bit more crazy content on it. This one's just a breakdown. Appreciate you tuning in. Check y'all out.